Hi folks, it's day 23 today. I've just got in from, I was out for most of the day. It's now 5:30 in the evening. I just wanted to do a quick video because my anxiety is really quite high at the moment. I'm not feeling good at all. And I thought it'd be a good time to do a video, funny enough, as you do. So basically, started off kind of rough this morning. I still was kind of recovering from yesterday. As I spoke about in my video, my anxiety was really high. That's then kind of followed into today. So I woke up this morning feeling pretty crappy, physically, mentally. But I had to go out, so went to the chemist to get my other prescription, which I said I was going to do. And then Fran had booked us tickets to go and see a screening of Back to the Future with a live orchestra doing the music, which is something I love. I love doing stuff like that. And, I love films, and I love kind of watching live orchestra music. So it was a win-win for me, the thought of going there. But in practical terms, it wasn't a good experience. I'm not saying that the film, once I got there and we sat down and we started watching the film and the music and everything, it was great. It was great to see Back to the Future on a big screen again. It was great to kind of watch an orchestra playing the music in the background. It was just a good experience. It was only when, like on my way there, I could feel my anxiety building up straight away. Again, stupidly, I didn't take out my diazepam because I thought I could just make do without it. Big mistake. I really need to start taking that stuff out with me. I really do. But yeah, the journey there was quite stressful. We got there. It was in a place called Royal Festival Hall, which is on the South Bank of London. Always busy. They've always got like food markets and random stuff going on down there. There's always lots of tourists. But yeah, fought our way to the Royal Festival Hall. Watched the film. It was really nice. In the intermission, like when everyone was getting up and doing stuff, I was really on edge. Like there was just this constant murmur of people, and it was hard. It was hard to relax. And sometimes it is impossible to kind of get over that. No matter what you try and do, like my distraction techniques weren't working. I was trying to ground myself. I was trying to focus on my breathing. Yeah, it just wasn't good. But then the film came back on, and I lost myself again. And then coming home was just stress city straight away. It was like you come out of there, you're coming out with crowds of people straight away, into more crowds of people. And yeah, it was the bus that we got was packed full of people. And one thing I wanted to talk about is with my anxiety, I feel like it's very cumulative. So it's not just a case of I get really anxious and then it's gone. It kind of builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. So, yesterday I kind of had a mega anxious day, and that followed on today. So I think I was building on top of what I went through yesterday, which means that, my anxiety levels were they peaked before I even got out of bed, that kind of way. It was really... it's not good, but I wanted to do this video just to kind of, I don't know, try and get across just how hard it can be to feel like this. Coming back to the flat, I feel kind of safe now, but I still feel the effects. So I'm getting stomach cramps, my chest is tight, my breath, I can't really breathe that well at the moment. My back's kind of twinging as well. And yeah, I just feel really bad. I feel like on edge. I feel like I don't feel safe. And it's really horrible. And yeah, I just wanted to try and get that across. I don't know if anyone else experiences anxiety that way. Like I say, I'm home now, and that's kind of a good thing. I'm in my safe space, and I probably am going to take a diazepam. I'm going to try and meditate. I'll probably, this evening, I'll have a bath. All things I know that can relax me. Listen to some music. And just hope that, yeah, this kind of isn't going to carry on into tomorrow, because tomorrow I've stupidly signed up to do a stand-up comedy competition. Yeah, I'm starting to regret that decision. Just purely the way I'm feeling right now, I know that tomorrow I am going to be on edge no matter what, and maybe kind of performing in front of, you know, a room full of strangers isn't the best idea, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. I'll let you guys know afterwards tomorrow. That will be my video, I guess. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm just going to try and wind myself down, you know, do the things that I know can help me. Something else I wanted to talk about is the fact that I do live in London, and London is one of the busiest cities in the world, and there's only so much that you can kind of get away with not being around lots of people in London. It's you kind of have to accept that if you're going to live in London, and we happen to live quite centrally, so you know, we're right, like Tower Bridge is right on our doorstep. The Tower of London is right there. We live close to an area called St Catherine's Docks, which is a really nice little marina with lots of fancy yachts and, you know, nice restaurants and cafes, and it's, you know, it's nice to go down there sometimes. But again, tourist traps everywhere. It's just people all over the place, and I find that, you know, my tolerance for being around people is really not good when I'm going through an anxiety attack. And unfortunately, you know, living in London, you're never going to be far away from people. And, you know, don't get me wrong, London's an amazing city, and, you know, it's got something for everyone. There's always something going on in London. It's like any big, you know, massive city. There's always things to do. There's always, like, you know, shows to go and see or cool stuff to do. But the downside is it's always mega busy. It's always people everywhere. And it's getting to the stage now where I think it is negatively affecting my mental health, unfortunately. And as much as I do love living in London, we live in an amazing place in London. We're very lucky. I don't think it's something I'm going to be able to cope with long term going forward. So as much as I love London as a city, and, you know, I've gotten to know it pretty well over the last few years, it is kind of having a negative effect on me, and it is something I'm going to need to address quite soon, I think, because yeah, just living in London's not good for me, unfortunately. We are talking about moving, hopefully sometime this year, to a nice quieter place, where we can still commute in and out of London relatively easily, because we both work in London. But it's going to be a big big deal. In some ways it will be hard to leave London, and like I say, we do live in an amazing place, but at the same time I kind of have to, you know, think about my needs. And I know that Fran as well has expressed, you know, that she's kind of fed up with living in London now. It's, you know, it's noisy, it's busy, it's dirty, and, you know, it is kind of dangerous sometimes. You know, London's a target for lots of different kind of things. You know, I don't know if you follow in the news, but, you know, there's quite a lot of knife crime going on at the moment. You know, London's been like the focus of terrorist attacks quite regularly over the last few years. And, you know, there are places in London that aren't safe, day or night, which we don't like to go to, but sometimes we have to. And even for someone who's not suffering from anxiety, London can be quite overwhelming, I think, personally. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get a message that was fresh from the mind of an anxious person, and just let you know that I'm really struggling at the moment to kind of deal with my anxiety. And the last 2 days have gotten on top of me, you know. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of try and get on top of that tonight, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Either way, I'll be doing a video about my stand-up performance, one way or the other, if I go or if I don't. So just wait and see. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to go and pop some sedatives and chill out for a bit. But yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.